Welcome students. Today's topic is characteristics of living organism. This is the first topic of NEP UG SEM 1 for life sciences students. So first of all, tell me what is life and what are living organism? Is it movement? Is it growth? Is it ability to reproduce? A tree stands silently yet it is alive. A microscopic bacterium, a human being, all are alive. And this is the part of remarkable phenomenon we call life. So what is life? Can you differentiate between living and non-living? Let's start. So what are the basic parameters we should follow to differentiate between a living and non-living? Here we start with cellular organization. So living things are made up of cells while non-living things are not made up of cells. Next is growth. Living things show growth and development. Metabolism. There are various chemical, biochemical processes, metabolism, anabolic, catabolic reactions taking place within the living organism. Reproduction. They reproduce their own kind. Response to stimuli. They respond to their external environment, cold, hot, everything. Movement, they show movement. Excretion, they remove waste product. Homeostasis, they maintain the body, temperature, water balance, everything. Adaptation and evolution. And lifespan. So living things have lifespan, which non-living things do not exhibit. So we will study these properties one by one in detail. So a living thing is defined as any system that simultaneously exhibit a specific set of fundamental biological characteristics. So what are these characteristics? They grow, they respond, they reproduce, they maintain internal balance, and all these are done by only living things. So this is life. So plants, animals, fungi, protists, bacteria and archaea are living things. They have common characteristics and this can be studied in a very easy manner. The acronym we can use Mrs. Gren, MRSGREN, that is movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion and nutrition. So you can see all these can be summed up as MRS Gren. How living things exhibit their movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion, nutrition, and how the non-living things do not show these characteristic features of the living. The additional characteristics include cellular organization, metabolism, homeostasis, adaptation, and evolution. So first we deal with movement. So we know all living things exhibit movement, even plants, because plants are also living, so they also show some limited or restricted movement. These are trophic movement. For example, sunflower, they move along with the sun, and nastic movement, that is not directed by the direction of the stimuli. So here you can see that there is a folding of the leaflets which is due to thigmonasty. So they also show movement. Next is your respiration. Living things break down food to release energy, and this process is your cellular respiration. So they produce energy for their survival. Next is sensitivity. As we discussed already, that they respond to external stimuli. They respond to external changes. Growth and development. Here we can see that living beings are growing and developing themselves, whereas non-living things cannot. Here is a very interesting example differentiating the growth and development of a living thing and just increase in size of a non-living thing. You can see the key points are that when a living thing is growing and developing, cells are increasing in number, cells are increasing in size and number, and this is permanent and irreversible. Whereas when a sponge is absorbing water and increasing its size, cells are not growing, cells are not increasing, not changing size, and this change is temporary and reversible. So we can see that growth is not something that is retention of water or just growing in size physically, but it is a internal process. So growth is an internal process. Next is your reproduction. So we all know that living things produce their own kind and they exhibit the continuity of their species, while we don't see the family of rocks, rocks giving birth to rock, table giving birth to tables, and cars making their own family. So this is the exclusive living thing. Excretion is also one of the most important characteristic, where we metabolically remove all the processes where the excreta is removed from the body. Next is your nutrition. Here what happens in nutrition? The body gets the proper nutrition for growing and living. In a sense, nutrition is the food to respiration. Okay, so it is inside the body, it is converted into the ATP. So we need nutrition or food to make ATP by respiration. The next is cellular organization. As we know, all the living things are made up of cells. There are various types of cells. There are prokaryotic cells, eukaryotic plant cell, eukaryotic animal cell. The various shape and size of cells differ from each other, and a living thing is made up of cells. The cells are the basic structural and functional unit of life or of a living organism. Next is your metabolism. So metabolism is the sum of all the biochemical reactions that are taking place inside within a living organism. So the anabolism includes the synthesis of complex molecules, and catabolism includes the breaking down of the molecules. In simple terms, food metabolism, it provides energy, growth and repair. Next is homeostasis. So our body keeps the body temperature, body glucose, water balance in a homeostasis, in a particular constant level, and we don't fluctuate from it. So the organism can work stably. Adaptation and evolution. You have seen there are so many adaptations and evolution in living organism. For example, camel shows desert adaptations. Cactus also show same kind of desert adaptations. Polar bears have fur and they are adapted to extremely cold. So these are long period evolutionary process generate the vast diversity of the earth. So these are very important characteristic features of living organisms. So now you know what is MRS, GREN, and how they exhibit, and how the living things are differentiated from non-living thing, how they are different. Now we come across a very fascinating question about viruses and why they are not living or non-living, but rather than they are considered at the boundary of living and non-living. They are on the borderline of the living and non-living. So this is because viruses are acellular particle. Completely they don't have a cell. The structure is not considered as a cell, and they can reproduce only inside the host cell. Outside they are non-living, and inside the host they are living, and that's why they only have genetic material and protein codes. That's why they are not considered as cell or living, and they are on the borderline of living and non-living. And just as at the closer, we have some expected question that may come in your midsem or endsem. So first is define living things, differentiate between living and non-living. Mention few characteristic features of living organism. What is metabolism? Why are viruses called borderline organisms? Define homeostasis. Differentiate growth and development. Do plants show movement? Explain how. Explain swelling of a sponge after absorbing water is not growth. And what is ATP? So if you want this video in Hindi also, then please write in the comment section. And thank you for your valuable time. Thank you so much.